head back to the entrance of depths. We can always retreat if need be. I guess that's not exactly true, because we are followers of Chase, so retreat is oftentimes not an option. But ignoring that, completely ignoring the relevant facts, we see that it's totally fine. So it will be. Okay, let's back up into the hallway here officially. I'll also activate those groups' armor as well, because why not give us a little bit of extra AC here? And then otherwise, I'm happy to duke it out. In fact, this is going quite well. It's nice not to have to constantly be expending mana just to take care of every enemy in the game, and instead we can save it for the really scary ones. Very, very really scary boys. Okay, let's be careful of the slime, because normally if these slimes get too big, you just stare dance with them, or pillar dance I should say. But that's not an option for us. So we need to instead just make sure we're killing them fast enough, I guess. Just get good is the only option. Yeah, just keep throwing your stones. Keep hitting yourself, you dang old stone giant. It's nice to see that the switch to the reflection shield seems to have been a good choice based on what we've bought since then. It's nice when you actually get to see a little bit of payoff for the decisions you make. Always appreciate it. And there we go. Still scary, the start to depths here, but at least nothing too frightening. Did make some bad moves there, stepping towards enemies, especially the frost giant there. Who knows how that could have gone. Really letting our new single pip of frost resistance go straight to my head. But okie dokie. As long as we're still alive, there's a chance. Okay, I should have brought in my own army a little bit sooner, even just to take up some spaces here. Beauty. Beauty. Identify a scroll. Let's find out what this armor is, shall we? The +5. Apparently +5 is the magic number for us this game. The +5 scale mail of supple strength. Our poison, don't necessarily need, but RC, RN, those aren't too shabby. Lose willpower to do it, which we can't really afford, as we've been thinking to ourselves the whole run, I guess. Makes sense. But that is all fine. I guess we will make do with what we have. Dang it. Okay, this is getting a little bit scary when we're taking this many arrows. They will kill themselves, but they might kill me in the process. So, maybe I actually should have let some of these ugly things survive a little longer now that I think about it. But 17 damage plus acid. Oh, that's not great. These will be 20 before. The thing is that I wish to step up into these bad boys, because at least that'll prevent them from using their ranged weapons, which does do a whole lot for us. I guess stepping here might be the better strategy there. In fact, yes, I'm happy to break my ramparts just to close the distance with these bad boys. And then I'm not actually attacking the yaks, because the yaks are currently body blocking for their yak friends. And now things are scary. Okay, I am going to use one potion of heal wounds. Shouldn't have gone myself into this spot where we're this surrounded and this low at the same time, but there we go. Let's actually do a quick little configuration of threat levels here. 16 plus a greatsword, absolutely useless, and 17 in poison damage. I'm actually most scared of the ugly thing. Helps that it's also easier to kill. Okie dokie, and there we go. Couple of bad decisions in the mix there, but managed to pull out one piece, and so should be okay as long as we keep an eye out for not repeating the same mistakes in the future. That is life for you. Not too shabby. Fire Dragon. I guess a little bit less scary than it has been up until this point. At least thanks to our newfound resistances in the scarf. Probably gonna keep mentioning it every once in a while here because I'm just exceptionally happy with how it all worked out. It was definitely something that was much needed for us. A little bit scary seeing a Lich. Oh, this might be the... Actually, yeah, wait, what is this? I was gonna say Crypt, but Crypt is in the vaults. This is just some kind of weird structure system. Just don't like seeing a Lich. I guess we should get used to it because we are in the depths now. Ooh, we're about to be petrified. Only you can touch us, but corrosive bolt. Okay. So we could cancel the petrification status. Or we could try and kill y'all. Killing's not gonna happen though. At least not for the Lich with that ice resistance as it is. I'm tempted to see if we could survive, but crystal spears and corrosive bolts will absolutely murder us if we're petrified. 20% chance. Okay, that's good for me to note for the future. Very important that we're still not at great willpower. Should have switched over to our other will-based ring. And in fact, we're not even wearing a second ring right now. Son of a gun. Okay, in that case. Does Holy Word help us? I don't have enough experience with Holy Word. Definitely damages undead things, that would help. And briefly dazes them, so I guess that would help in many ways. But we might want to save that as of yet. So, with all this talk, I'm actually going to drink a cancellation potion, just so I'm not having to worry too much about things here. Switch to our Holy Scimitar, and we should be able to get this through pretty quick. I should put my will resistance or willpower ring on though. Make sure we don't get petrified again. That'd be embarrassing. And there we go. Apparently it was just a little stairway bolt. Huh. Fascinating. This entire floor is actually kind of interesting in that regard. There are lots of cool looking structures. Let's ignore the fire spit wand. Don't need to worry about that. Might as well finish off this imp too. Perfect. And that's one out of the way at the very least. Let's keep it moving here. Oof. It's an interesting screen to be met with. A bunch of enemies. I think we'll just launch out some refrigerates and retreat upstairs in short notice. Should be able to kill the ugly things and just take like a vampire up, right? I think so. We even can do 3 more refrigerations. We might just kill everything. It's looking like we're just going to kill everything in the end. Perfect. Then I might have been a little presumptuous in letting the trolls walk up to me here, but a few more refrigerations while we're still on the edge here with the easy retreat available. And in fact, I think this is the call for the easy retreat now. Perfect. Head back down with full mana and quickly just wipe out the last bit of the crowds that have been drawn to the noise that we were making at the bottom of the stairs here. Not too shabby. Even a fire dragon should fall in relatively short order. Nice. Apparently the Spriggans are just going to barely peek in but miss seeing us. Don't know if that's fortunate or unfortunate, but I might as well call their attention in now because I'm going to have to fight them sooner or later. I would prefer to do it while we're standing right on top of the stairs rather than in the middle of a potentially dangerous situation. And there we go. Wow, all of our skills have hit their targets. I've really not been paying very close attention to these, have I? I guess I haven't really needed to up till this point. So one thing is, I think I will bring evocations up just a little bit, at the very least in the background, trying to get some of those evocables as non-mana options. And man, what else? I almost feel like we don't explicitly need too much more. Could increase power output still, especially with refrigeration. In fact, I think I might keep ice magic going up. See how high we can get that going, since it doesn't seem to be too much of a downside. We'll even focus that. Get spellcasting, I guess, is the other one that we should have at least thought about bringing back online. Yeah, unless there's anything else that jumps out to me or that I really want to pursue, I think I'm happy with that for the time being. Okay, how are we going to do against all the slim creatures, hey? No, a javelin coming from off screen. Jeez Louise. Just a merfolk buddy, eh? Those are not reflecting back either. It's just because of how good you are at throwing? No, because it seems like you're missing me every time. Oh right, because we're super evasive. That makes sense, I guess. Shouldn't be so rude and dismissive towards this poor merfolk javelin layer here. Okay, not too shabby. In fact, I kind of wish that we could use javelins. I mean, we are technically able to, I guess, so it might be misleading to phrase it that way, but I think I have just given up on the aspect of throwing weapons for this game in particular, which is fine by me because we use them quite a bit in our Minotaur run. Really, on any of our brute force runs, we'll be seeing them a lot, so it's nice to showcase the different types of attacks and characters we can showcase instead. Well, let's use Ozokubu's probably earlier than I should. I'm playing like I'm still standing on top of the stairs, which is foolish. One thing I do want to do really quick from a housekeeping perspective is readjust my swords to be on lowercase a and on lowercase b. Just makes it a little bit easier to switch between them with the apostrophe key there, which is nice. Just take out that fire drake right away with our ice sword here. And it doesn't matter which one we attack the ice dragon with, holy or ice, neither is doing extra work for us. I don't like the mighted buddy, but there we go. Perfect. Sometimes you just gotta clutch your face and believe in your abilities. Alright, here's another situation where things might get scary with the Stormdragon. Don't love that. As long as we're not one hit range, which I guess I should be paying a bit more close attention to make sure we aren't in one hit range. Those buddies technically can do up to 90 damage. Who knew? Huh. Just been relying on the fact that Edens almost never hit us, I guess, because we have fought at least one, maybe two ends up until this point, and didn't think of them as much of a threat. More you know. I guess it's good to learn those kinds of things in a semi-controlled environment like that, instead of when it truly is the end of the road, or end of the line, as it were. I think I still need to step towards this buddy, because I want, to get the frozen ramparts just in case. And then I guess I won't move. Perfect. All worked out in the end. And this is quite a cool looking depth layout. I like the floor layout quite a bit. Tabbing in front of an end after just talking about and discovering the potential risks involved in this situation. Very classic me in terms of playstyle there. Kinda hate to see that, but it's all okay for now. Definitely switch over to our holy weapon to take care of this necromancer's minions. Another nice thematic weapon use there in a different way. And perfect. Let's Ozokubu's armor. Bring up my frozen ramparts as well. We do have some ice ugly things here, but that is all good. We'll still just deal some damage to their friends while also we're stuck waiting for them to approach and taste my blade. And no, sorry, don't move. I'm hitting tab, okay? Hey game. Now this time I do want to move, because that yak will just shoot arrows at me all day if I don't start moving towards him. There we go. Now we must be pretty close. I thought we were pretty close to clearing depths too before we found this weird secondary subsection. Ooh, Asterion. How are we doing here? So not too scary of a unique at this point in the game. That's why I wanted to check, because sometimes you see Asterion quite early and this can be quite frightening. I mean, the Greater Servant of the Club can be a pain in the butt depending on what it summons, but I should be able to take this buddy out. Ooh, +1 scale mail of cold resistance is another important thing to note, and that's why we always want to check the equipment of enemies that we come across. So, okay, ice will be slightly less effective. Good to know. I think that's all good, though. Can use our ice beasts still as distractions and for the physical damage that they apply on top of their elemental damage, and... Ooh, okay. Orb electricity. What? Where did the... because that's normally chain lightning. There we go. Brain was really struggling to come down to it. Oh, because it was the conjuration thing from the Kleb, and it just happened to pick Orb of Electricity. Never mind. Brain was having some issues with some pretty straightforward logic, it turns out. Well, very above board, straightforward stuff. But it's another unique biting the dust, another unique down in the dirt, and a mighted Iron Troll was a little scary, but we made it through in one piece. And so end almost through depths 2. See, as we run into an absolute horde of ugly things, you know what, maybe these do take extra damage from Holy. They are kind of weird demon things, right? Ooh, and now that some of you aren't made from ice, big mistake. Bring our AC up a little bit with Ozakubu's armor, and let's hack and slash. It's going alright so far here. I'd appreciate if more of you changed to red. Please, more red. Ooh, now that I'm on fire, maybe I'm not quite as happy as I was, but still not unhappy. Anything that's not ice resistant or cold resistant is good in my books. And keep it moving here. Ooh, Great Mace of Distortion. So make sure to just blast cast that buddy down from a distance, because I am not in the mood for any kind of abyss nonsense unexpected here. I'm also gonna throw the refrigeration pretty willy-nilly at this point, because we have cleared out a decent chunk of the floor. So I feel like attracting a few more enemies won't be the end of the world, even though could definitely be wrong about that. Oh, dang old Lich again, eh? Paralyze, right, down to 3% because I'm wearing my Willow Ring. Never mind, we're good. Much better off this time around than we were in the past. Does kind of suck to be fighting so many frost-resistant enemies, as the Lich's Orb of Destruction just absolutely obliterates one of his allies. Love to see it. Ooh, don't love taking steps. Should be a little more cautious of that. And in fact, I should have been using my Holy Scimitar this whole time on the Lich, buddy. That's fine. Let's just make sure I don't die. So that's going to be killing the Necromancer as quickly as possible here. That does it. And then I think most of these zombies we should be okay to fight. Okay, now less okay as more enemies filter in from beyond. You know what? Ramparts might help me out here. Kill the Rhyme Drake. Perfect. Love to see it. Have to keep in mind that I don't have potions as an option at any time here, which I have not been keeping well enough in mind this whole time. as I continue to fight in this situation, just assuming that we can make it through in one piece. Let's see here. So I'm theoretically one-hit range from this Titan skeleton, but including AC and damage reduction, not actually worried about dying this turn, but we do not want this Iron Troll next to us, because unfortunately the potential 85 is a bit rougher in that department. I mean, something like a teleport scroll takes a bit to kick in, but does almost definitely take us somewhere safe with this much of the level explored. No guarantees there ever, but could rely on probabilities at the very least. Otherwise, yeah, it's like more conventional escapes, but even something like Blink isn't guaranteed to help out whatsoever. I am gonna start running a wee bit, see how well our ice beasts are able to delay all the monsters. Not very well is the answer there, but well enough to lose our no potion status, which is what I was going for here, because even just one health potion gets me feeling okay. I might have lied there, as enemies continue to filter in from the other room. You know what, let's throw in a teleport. There's no reason to give myself a heart attack today. I am going to try and kill this skeleton, which is probably a bad move. I should be reducing the amount of damage I take, just in case that happens. New plan. We are using one of our 3 blinking scrolls. Yep, I think that's gonna be the call for me there. Just get the heck out of there before anything truly scary happens. Then, out here, I'm not as afraid. I'm not sure if they know, they at least don't all know that I'm up this direction. Just the Blade Ghost wasn't bad because it wouldn't kill me unless it got into melee range, but it gets a little bit scarier. Now that we're out in the open here, something like Step from Time does a lot of work for us for sure. At least greater chances of the enemies wandering off somewhere. But is that the call? Don't love doing it with 34 health, but I should be okay. I'm gonna throw in one of those. Perfect. Then hopefully this yak doesn't see me. Don't see me. Oh gosh. Okay, now that I'm in the water, I get increased stealth, which is awesome. Okay, so somehow we managed to sneak past all of those monsters, even though we were taking twice as much time to take any of those steps. Oh boy, okay. Not one hit away from dying to this buddy as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it. I was hoping to maybe kill the stone giant zombie before retreating out of here, but now this bolt of cold can come in, so changed of plans, and instead let's just head up to safety, heal up completely, and then re-engage with these bad boys, shall we? Perfect. Switch over to our cold weapon since neither is dealing bonus damage to our frost giant friend. Okay, still ended up being a little bit scarier than I expected. Oh my gosh, triple iron trolls. Oh me, oh my. Okay, we're heading upstairs now. And new change of plan. We're actually gonna find the downstairs that leads to this alternate section. Beautiful. Try and find an engagement that feels a little bit safer. Mighted iron trolls are not that engagement, if I'm being honest, but you can probably kill them all before they close the distance, and I'm pretty sure there are no, I guess I should say, enemies behind us here. So I am okay with this fight, weirdly enough. Take out the last mighted one as soon as possible, and then just a normal Iron Troll 1v1. I'll take that any day. Perfect. Even all drop their armor, even though this one's just special color, right? Doesn't do anything special just because it comes from an Iron Troll, unfortunately. And the Juggernaut themselves. Such a pain in the butt. It's like a freaking truck. Even though summons are really helpful against enemies like this because the Juggernaut is really fast to close the distance, but as they're winding up to attack, if we can switch places with targets, that kind of thing, saves us from taking the damage, and that's definitely a good thing in our book and very much necessary. But I'm going to see Refrigeration does a decent amount of damage to the Juggernaut, so while my Ice Beast distract it, we just pepper in a few of those bad boys. And it ain't no thing. In fact, this is kind of a decent place to fight them in the water there, where we're always a little bit more equipped to escape with the extra speed granted by our merman tail. But okie dokie. Now am I almost on depths 2? I feel like I jumped the gun on that far too many times, and now I just have no longer have any concept of how long it's going to take us to clear the rest of the floor here. Yes, definitely ignore those. Don't need that whatsoever. Oof. You know what? ZH to just take out the Flayed Ghost and the Fire Giant we want to get rid of right away. Perfect. Couldn't have gone better if I had wanted it to, and let's not ignore this for now. Never mind, we might ignore these for now. I guess not if we have at least one inventory slot, but we may finally be at the point where we have a surplus of Identify Scrolls. I also, like a complete idiot there, was just tabbing towards enemies, which is not something you ever really want to be doing on a Che follower. Spending a lot of time in danger zones there, but hopefully all will end well, and then I can say my usual all's well that ends well routine. Not too bad. And with finality, we can say that there we go. Now, I've gone through all of depths 2. Jesus, that was quite the floor to manage. Let's hope the others are a little more amiable. I don't love that all of the stairwells are in one place on this one, especially since it's right next to both an alarm trap and a Zot trap. Jeez. Okay, yeah, do you know what? Back to the stairs we go. Let's go. And we're just gonna cause noise and bring everyone. Bring the whole gang. Oh, or not. Apparently we didn't even wake up anyone else in the immediate area. Huh. That's a shocker. I mean, I'll take it, but it's a shocker. And I'm really relying heavily on Ozokubu's refrigeration here, but it is working. So, might not need to fix that at this point, at the very least. Come on, troll. Perfect. It's weird when you actually want enemies to notice you, because you don't want to have to go chasing after them or risk anything on your end. Strange change of circumstance from the usual DCSS play at the very least. Okie dokie. Let's try our best to get through depths 3, both a little bit more quickly, but also still safely is the important part to stress there. Safety is absolutely required. Okay, also make sure we take out the dang old summoners. Okay, and here we go. Now we're starting to call more attention than I thought we were. So let's be a little more cautious, shall we? Alright, there's something invisible there. no longer see invisible without this ring on. Forgot that we made that switch. I think we take out the Vampire Knight here, even though I'm not actually sure what the call is there, especially with the Iron Dragon on the other side. Maybe I should have been thinking about that a wee bit more. Iron Dragon, resistant to cold, of course. Of course they are. Wouldn't have it any other way. Fortunately, all the enemies around us right now are resistant to cold. Could switch over to Slouch, though. It's been a while since we relied on Che at all, and in fact, we've probably been sitting at max piety for a bit longer than we should have. So, yes, I will harm my ice beasts. And again. Again. Oops. I'd have to say yes one more time. There we go. Okay, now just the Iron Buddy here. Still scary with the 3d30 metal splinters. But at least a bit more doable potentially. I would like to save mana. Perfect. For ice spells to fight the fire dragon. So finally we can actually make use of our elemental aptitudes or prowess. There we go. Still not quite taking us down. There have been some close calls for sure. Make sure that things aren't getting out of hand while I'm focused on just the monsters in front of us. I oftentimes forget to pay attention to all the monsters that are coming up from the rear here. Yeah, I don't like that. More resistances. No good. Probably can still use Slouches against that bad boy, though. In fact, ooh, wait, what just raged you? What just raged you? You can't do that. You can't do that. Is there a Moth of Wrath somewhere out of sight? Because I don't love that. That's frightening. So I am going to use some Slouches here, and we're going to try and take out a bunch of these targets in one fell swoop. I was hoping the Ancient Lich would, yeah, also take a bit more damage. Maybe it'd be nice if they actually hasted themselves. Ooh, right, and I'm not wearing my will. Do you know what? Screw see invisible. I don't need to be able to see things to refrigerate the heck out of them. Let's instead switch to our willpower ring because petrification will destroy us. Here we go. Start slouching, my friends. Slouch like you never slouched before. Okay, so we can do 2 more Slouches. Might even be able to do 3 by the time we cast those 2. We might gain 1 more mana. No guarantee that that kills stuff. We do have evocations starting to pop up a little bit here, so I think I will throw out a condenser vein, hope for good clouds, ice clouds. Not horrible, but not great. So we'll throw in a Slouch. That honestly did do pretty well. We have potion access still as well because we haven't resorted to Ozokubus. So, hey, that's not too shabby. Now just make sure we don't die to the Titan here, shall we? 55 damage, lightning bolt. Ouch. Still not one-shot death? Yeah, no, still can't one-shot us quite with the lightning bolt, but it's fairly close, a little scarily close. You know what, Titan? Take that. Okay, we still haven't taken any damage, so I'll keep it up. Yeah, did it. Took care of that Titan, no problem. And Fire Dragon, you know what? You can get a similar treatment while we're kind of in unshared territory here. We'll keep using this and saving our mana just in case we need to step from time. Something of the like, who knows? take a look. There we go. Oh my gosh, now just constant struggle here. Quicksilver Dragon on their own though, not too bad. At least we're not desperately relying on any enchantments or status effects in order to keep ourselves running here. That's where the Quicksilver Drakes or Dragons get real scary. Level 2, wow. Really progressing through these high levels a bit faster than I expected to for sure. Which is definitely not a complaint, of course. Oh, then I accidentally shafted that vampire. But I will take it. Don't need those amnesia scrolls, but come on, let's see. Don't need the paralysis. Dang it. It was another air-based rook, so now we have the level 9 air spell Tornado. But unfortunately, no ice spells for us in that department. You know what? I'll check you out, staff. You know, I'll probably just toss you away. Yep, looks like it. Don't need a staff of fire whatsoever for our purposes here. Oh, and should probably hold a sword in our hand. That might be a good idea. Really, a weapon of any kind just might be solid. There we go. Well, it's just like a strange little treasure vault that was being quite well guarded by monsters. Not really worth it for us either, unfortunately. Nothing we were too interested in. Ooh, Moth of Wrath. I'm gonna immediately Ozakubu's because I do not want, dang it, this ice dragon to be wrathed. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, you know what? Already in it. Let's do it once more. Just to get rid of all those buddies. And then, okay, we need to bring in some more targets, some more friends here. And while Condenser Vein is already back up and running from the experience we gained in that little chamber, not too shabby. But let's toss out Box of Beasts. That will be my other move here. And that should get us through. I just need to take out this Raging Dragon. Beautiful. And then everything else here should mostly fall into place. Maybe even throw in one Ozakubu's. Oh, wait, never mind. The Fire Ox Beast will probably get destroyed, right? Oh no, resistant to cold. Heck yeah, bud. Hopefully he doesn't attack me if I kill him. Or I guess I don't have to worry about that if I kill him. If I hurt him, I should say. Guess we won't find out now because I did just take them out. Also, instead of continually dealing with the problem, let's go through our recognized items here and untick all of the evocables that we already have on us from being picked up, because we'll never need to pick up any of them again here. Perfect. And hopefully we've run into the scariest bits of the level already. Who knows? Never know what we may find around the next corner. But we can dream at the very least. In fact, I'm going to throw out Ozakubu's a little fast here compared to when I feel I should. Especially lately, I've been trying to hold off a little bit on that just in case we need potion usage. But there were a lot of squishy enemies that I just kind of wanted to take out in one fell swoop, and in this is actually kind of a similar situation, weirdly enough. I want the Sphinx in the back line as well as the invisible target to all kind of get hit at the same time here. But with that, maybe we'll switch over to our See Invisible ring, take a peek at this dang old Vampire Knight. In fact, should have the frozen walls up because as long as nobody cheats and goes around here, I'm happy to let the Shrike. Oh, never mind. It probably bounced around with its very fast movement. I was hoping that it would kind of be our gap filler between us and the icy walls could hurt everyone behind in the meantime, but alas, alack. That's all good. We should be able to deal with things a little more conventionally anyway. Ooh, never mind. Things are getting scarier now. Quite a bit scarier. Let's see here. Tempted to Ozakubus, but very resistant to cold. There we go. That is good to know. Because Ozakubus would be really nice for taking out the Annihilator right away. Death Mage I want taken out right away. Rakasha is even up there. Or Rakshasa. There we go. Just because we don't want these fast buddies to be blinking around and causing us problems. You know what? I'm going to do one refrigeration, just see how that hits. Perfect. Because I need the Annihilator taken out before... Oh my gosh. Okay, good thing I didn't get punished or die there. Accidentally took a step thinking that I was just skipping inputs from the command log here. But... yes, I was trying to avoid any crystal spears, which... oh, the crystal spear reflected and killed it. Then I stepped onto its spot. Is that how that works? No, I feel like I made a mistake, right? Problem couldn't be the game, it must be me. Okay. The Bogart... you know what, that warrants one more refrigeration. Kills most of our targets. Beautiful. Shadow Dragon is a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. And Tentacled Monstrosity, eh? Well. Let's maybe do a Condenser Vein. That is not gonna do it, my friend. Okay, Teleport Scroll. And... I need to survive a couple more turns here. Just one more. Perfect. And let's do a quick zoom out. Where were we just now? We were down here, which means we are almost definitely safe to run to the stairs. Run away. Heal up completely. And then let's try and re-engage, or I guess completely go to a different section. Never mind. Either way works for me, because either way we're going to be trying to be just a little bit cautious here. Also is I should not be letting Vampire Knights and Edens all hit me at the same time. That seems like a very dumb decision. And we should in fact also be using our Holy Scimitar to do the good work of slaying these vampires. Same with Liches, I guess. Very similar boat. Ooh, another Condenser Vein. It's almost too bad that bought one earlier here. Okay, I was a little bullheaded in that fight. For some reason, just kept attacking the Tango, even though it went a little bit worse than I was expecting it to, even right off the bat. But let's take care of the Juggernaut. At least we know we can take care of easily with our summons kind of tanking the occasional hit for us. And let's try this once more. Once more into the breach. Ooh, another fancy necklace. Faith in +4 see invisible. Fortunately, I'm not that interested in Faith, even though it would allow us to slouch with upticked regularity, which, don't get me wrong, that alone is incredible. Okay, now we're calling attention, everyone knows us. Let's throw in a slouch. Yes, I will harm my Ice Beast, because unfortunately this is the best way for me to output some damage to these beasts as well, friends. Okay, we're no longer played at all. Speak of the devil. Now we are flayed. So I'm gonna throw in some more freezes, trying to kill that flayed ghost right away. And the spider being taken out in the meantime is definitely no skin off my back as well. Whew. Okie dokie. Holy moly. Another one of these little treasure chambers down. Probably a few more to go here. It's been quite the floor already. The Shrike coming in from behind. Get the heck out of here, bud. Should be a little slower with my tabs here. I'm being a little aggressive for sure. But okay, Tentacled Monster. I really want to fight on its own. Lovely. Even just that buddy getting taken out is a pretty big swing into our favor. Let's just read this Enchant Armor Scroll right off the ground. We might as well apply it on something. I mean, it turns out we might not be getting rid of this ring mail of willpower ever. It might just be our lot in life here. No, let's give it at least one more AC. Why not? If we're switching it out for anything, it will probably be something that is pretty solid in its own right. This is a very interesting floor. I've managed to spread a bunch of enemies throughout it because I think there were a few other enemies that we ran away from with that teleport that we didn't end up re-encountering. There might have even been a Lich involved somewhere. Which isn't great to potentially be leaving that around, but I'm sure it'll be fine, right?